Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the One Word series where we discuss the impact of a single word on a verse of the Quran. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah talks about the patient people. And He says, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُمْ مُصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ رَاجِعُونَ. Give good news to the patient people who, when a calamity befalls them and afflicts them, then they say, we belong to Allah and to Him we will return. And so the word I like to focus on in this verse is the word Museebah. Museebah is usually translated as calamity. But the thing about Museebah is it has some history with the Arabs. The Arabs used to use the word Museebah when it came to an arrow hitting its mark. So if an archer took his arrow, his bow and arrow, and he fired an arrow and the arrow hit its target, then that arrow was called Museebah. And what that tells us, what the Quran is telling us, is that when something bad happens to us, when a calamity befalls us, then that calamity is something that was meant for us. Because if Allah wills something to strike us or to hit us, then that thing will definitely happen. And if Allah does not will it, then it will not happen. And so whenever a calamity happens to us, we have to realize that this is something from Allah. This is something from the one who is all-wise, that everything He does is with purpose. And if we realize that, then what we will realize is that whenever something happens to us, we'll be able to look at it and realize that it has a purpose behind it. And that there's something behind it that maybe it's not clear to us now, but later on it may come clear. And so that's what we have to realize when it comes to events that happen in our lives that we think are bad for us. And so I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He helps us to understand the events in our lives, that He helps us to live our lives with purpose, and He helps us to perform good deeds with purpose. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.